Hello, I'm Craig Souser, President of JLS. This is our 1990s JLS short. The 90s were a decade of significant growth for the company, not just in revenue, but for sure organizationally, and our business model evolved dramatically. We added Indramat to the product offering in the late 80s, but really the impact of it was seen for sure in the 90s. Later in the decade, we picked up the StarLinear line, a sister division of Indramat, both under the Rexroth umbrella. And we added a collection of other German-based products, Alpha gearboxes, Jacob couplings, Lutz I/O systems and cable, RSF encoders, and a number of others that gave us a very strong offering of components for electronic motion control. The business model evolved dramatically as well. We had been a bit of a distributor as well as a rep, which we had started as, but the company moved into the systems business in a much bigger way, and we enhanced our systems offering, still drive focused and motion control focused, but the business model evolved into somewhat of a hybrid of a integration capability and systems capability along with a component sales strategy. That model has become somewhat commonplace in the motion control arena today. JLS was certainly on the forefront of it in the 90s. We were fortunate to have Don Heaston join us in the early 90s. Don became a major influence on JLS and helped shape the future of the company. He joined us in 1991. Don became a friend and a mentor to me. He brought a vast knowledge of the printing industry and drive technology, as well as just business, and helped build the management infrastructure of our small and growing team. Don helped me formulate a strategy for what became known as electronic line shaft. We promoted the concept with Indramat, literally went and met with them and some customers in Germany, and Indramat went on to become a world leader in printing and converting electronic line shaft applications, creating the Synex products, all driven initially by Don and my input and that of our customers. It was a great time to be a part of that revolutionary decade of change in the electronic line shaft world. So ELS, as we all call it today and called it back then, it literally did start in York, Pennsylvania, in what turned out to be this revolution. We were working with a division of KBA, or Koenig Bauer Albers. Ironically, that property is adjacent to our building today. We also started the In Motion newsletter to share our story and communicate technical developments and organizational developments as the company grew. NAFTA was signed in 1994 and of course has now been supplanted by the USMCA trade deal that JLS participated in promoting. In 1999, the Dow went over 10,000 for the first time. Inventions of the 90s included the Linux operating system. Text messaging came into being and changed our lives forever. How would we live without texting today? Apple introduced the iMac. Intel introduced the Pentium processor. eBay was founded. Sony PlayStations and Nintendos dominated the gaming industry, which took off in an explosive way. Google was founded in 1998. And at the end of the decade, we all fretted Y2K, which became synonymous with fear of what would happen when all our computers crashed because they couldn't roll over into the next millennium. Fortunately, it turned out to be somewhat of a non-event. As I mentioned, the organization, as well as our customer base, grew rapidly throughout the 90s. JLS ramped up to a company to bring multiple value streams to our growing customer base of machine builders, OEMs, and end users. By the end of the decade, we launched JLS Robotics, initially building gantry robots primarily for the machine tool industry based on StarLinear module technology. The growth of JLS was a bit stinted for a period of time because we simply ran out of office space in our Princess Street facility. We had already moved our shop operations to another site, but we simply needed more space. We made the big step in 1998 of designing and building a really exciting new facility at 3495 Industrial Drive. That facility housed JLS for almost 20 years, and we'll learn a lot more about it in our next JLS Short. Thank you.